finally time to head over to the Bahamas, and we could not have possibly asked for a better weather window. Unfortunately, we are nowhere near ready to go. So we have 48 hours to get everything done so we don't miss this window.
I'm Jess, and this is Charles. In the middle of a global pandemic, we decided to trade in land life for something a bit more fluid. Enter Leviosa and the two cutest deckhands you will ever meet. We spent the first year getting our sea legs, and now we're ready for a new set of adventures. We're currently docked in Fort Pierce, Florida, and we're almost ready to cross the Gulf Stream and make our way to the Bahamas. With most of our provisioning already done, we have a few housekeeping items to take care of. Then we'll be on our way.
So I feel a little bit like Jack Bauer because I have a very hard deadline that we're trying to hit, which is Wednesday at about 10 o'clock in the morning. The reason for that is because we have to combine both the weather window to cross the Gulf Stream with the tide window to get under the bridge that's just outside the marina. And that means we have a whole lot to do in not a little bit of time, so let's get going.
Let's get some meat. I feel like the Grinch that stole meatness. Like, I just feel bad I'm taking all the store's meat. Which is maybe ridiculous, but I don't know, I just still feel bad. All right, got our handy provisioning sheet here, which I am so glad I made because I don't remember anything from before. And it looks like the only thing we need left is the shrimp. If you want to appear uncoordinated, just start filming yourself and you won't be able to do anything right. I was absolutely positive that we were going to have to go to so many stores to get all this meat, but they were well stocked, and this is what 6 months of meat in the Folsom house looks like, I guess. Whenever you do these big provisioning trips, the people at the checkout counter are hilarious. Their faces are just like, what is going on? This is by far the weirdest desk setup I have ever sat in my life. But I need to get to work vacuum sealing all of this meat. The only way that it's going to fit in our fridge and freezer is if we get rid of all of the dead air that's in this packaging and put it down into little vacuum seal bags. I'm hoping that I can get 2 pounds of meat in each one of these bags. That way we can save on bags, and also I'm not having to de-thaw meat, or I'm not having to thaw meat. I always say de-thaw and Charles always gets mad. I'm not having to thaw meat several times a week if I have at least 2 pounds in each bag. So that's my plan. Got a little thing of hand sanitizer in case I need to get up for something. I've got a little towel. Maybe I'll turn on some Emily in Paris and just get to work. Charles is going to do me the huge favor of continuing the errands because we have sort of a divide and conquer thing going on today, so we can get everything done in time to go. Oh, okay, hold on. A couple more items needed. Didn't think this all the way through. Trish. All right, take 2. Thought this through a little more. Now I'm ready to get started. Oh my gosh. No, no, no. There we go. It's like a goodie bag of meat. One back down. 50 to go. It only took 2 hours. I crammed about 40 pounds of chicken, 35 pounds of turkey, 6 pounds of shrimp, and some ground beef. So roughly 80 pounds of meat into this freezer. And some butter. Pretty impressed, pretty excited, and pretty darn tired. So we have some amazing stuff planned for tomorrow, so I'm gonna go to bed. All right, you guys know I hate filming first thing in the morning, but today I think it's going to be worth it because we are about to finish our scuba certification. And I am so ready to dive the sites in the Bahamas, but even more than that, enjoying the moment right now. It's going to be so good to put all the stress of trying to get underway on the shelf for a minute and go and do some incredible dives today.
To catch you guys up really quick, we have done about 10 hours worth of online education and passed the final exam there. We have done about 4 hours in the pool where they teach you all the skills you need to know in order to be safe underwater. And we have done 2 30-foot dives at Blue Heron Bridge in West Palm. And all of that leads us up to today, where we will be doing our 60-foot dives somewhere off of West Palm. And after we're done with our 60-foot dives, we will officially be dive certified and we can go dive in the Bahamas.
All right, so it is 6:27 and we just got to the dive shop for our 6:30 start time, and our instructor does not want to be on camera. So that means that I can't film the next couple of minutes, but really it's just going to be us driving to West Palm. You're not missing out on much. I wish I could miss it too. We'll meet you guys once we get started.
And there couldn't be a better taste after everything I faced. I send a little luck my way, send a little bright sun ray to hit my skin. A dream that I cannot erase, keep it in a little case.
8 o'clock, I'm finishing my book, which is amazing. We're just waiting for the dive crew to show up so that we can get underway. I am really nervous about this whole 60 feet thing. Hopefully it ends up being nothing and it's just incredible, but for right now, I'm pacing.
Struggle to find can now be shared with you because you showed me the light.
Definitely tight quarters today. Look at this place.
In my head, deep inside of my mind, I love you in a way that has been hard to define. Let's go out, let's go dancing tonight. Adrenaline is pumping, engines up for the flight. And it couldn't be a better taste after everything I faced. I send a little luck my way, send a little bright sun ray to hit my skin. A dream that I can never erase, keep it in a little case.
All right, if you weren't expecting me to have a bit of a panic attack, then you might be new here. I know that there will be some of you that find this a bit ridiculous, but the truth is, I'm someone who, yes, is prone to big emotions, including fear. But I'm not someone who's going to let it get the best of me. At the end of the day, our dive was delayed by 3 minutes and 36 seconds. And as most things that are worth struggling for tend to be, it was well worth it.
Because you showed me the light. Truth be told, is I've never felt better. And if I'm honest with myself, I am so glad we're together. Because this new state of mind that I've struggled to find can now be shared with you because you showed me the light. Truth be told, is I've never felt better. And if I'm honest with myself, I am so glad we're together. Because this new state of mind that I've struggled to find can now be shared with you because you showed me the light.
I'm not sure how much of my freak out we got on tape and how well it will translate because the GoPro was on my head and there was a ton of noise and confusion, but I definitely had a whole bunch of anxiety during the very start of our first dive and just completely was overwhelmed by the lack of understanding of my environment or my surroundings. And I sat there for a couple of minutes and tried to breathe through it, but it just really didn't work out. I was still feeling really, really anxious. So I had to go back up to the surface and kind of chill for a second. And then I was able to go back down. And all of that is a really long way of saying we made it down and we're dive certified. And despite the brief moments of terror, it was actually pretty fun.
In your eyes, there's a better life. Could it be you and I?
So we definitely crashed last night after coming back from scuba. And now it's about 7 o'clock in the morning. We need to be off the dock and under the bridge in about 3 hours, and the boat is still a disaster. So it's time to kick it into high gear.
Years they are passing. Could this be what we wanted? Just keep on laughing. We will see what could happen. We don't know where it's going, but we ain't going slow. I wanna fall in love.
It's always something, right? Just when we're getting ready to shove off the dock, fire up the instruments, and the wind indicator is not working. And I am not leaving for the Bahamas for 6 months with a broken wind indicator. So, trying to troubleshoot. So I have reseated every cable up here, and has not fixed the issue. So now those cables are going to the actual instruments, which are down over our bed. So I'm gonna trace them over there. I don't know what any of this does yet.
For anyone keeping track at home, this is not good for our timeline. Jack Bauer would have failed his mission by now, for sure.
Haha! There's a really big warning that says high voltage, no user serviceable parts inside of the thing I was about to open. So, it's time to do some research. So we've checked everything that we can possibly check down here. The next step is to go up the mast and try and reseat the indicator and see if that will fix the problem. So we're not going to get out of here today, and we're going to leave you here this week, and we'll see you next week.